Hey guys, it's that time of year again when I head back to the US for the Christmas holidays, and we are at the Athens airport very early. I woke up at 3, which I really shouldn't say woke up because I didn't sleep very much, so it's going to be a very long day. It's okay. The reward is I get to see my family at the end, so it's all good. Well, that went smooth. I had to get a new passport recently, and my residence permit renewal is still pending, and so it was just sort of one of those things where I wasn't sure how they were going to handle all that because the stamp is in the old passport. I did bring it with me because I'm a smart cookie. So, but it all worked out. It was very interesting though. They asked me if I wanted the exit stamp in my old passport or the new one, and I was like, well, the new one. But the new passport has now made its first maiden voyage and it's gotten its first stamp. And yes, they are still stamping passports. Originally, the new EES, the electronic entry for Europe, was supposed to start in November, and for whatever reason, just like everything else, has been pushed back. So they're still stamping passports. Let's see what it's like when I come back. I always find it interesting that not all the shops are open, even though the airport is open. But I guess that's just the way it is. There's no point in being open if there aren't enough people here to make sales, but still always interesting. I have checked. My gate exists. I don't know why I needed to check, because this is a gate that I leave from every single time, I think, at least when I'm flying outside of Greece. Coffee has been acquired, and so has a cinnamon roll. It just looked so much better than everything else. I also got one of their little bars that are so good. I think it's like oats and cranberries, so it's a nice view. And it literally, my gate is like 2 minutes walking from here. I'm not really sure what's happening. They started boarding, and then they stopped. Let's hope. Oh, let's see.
Inform our Club Europe members that unfortunately there's been a problem with the catering, and there's been limited meals available for breakfast today. So if you'd like to get something for yourself to get to eat, please do it now before we start boarding.
Okay, no big deal. But I still haven't started boarding, so as long as we leave roughly on time. Finally, it's almost time for me to board. I'm group 8 because I'm so far up front in the plane, which is nice, except that I sat here and all these people were like crowding the gate and they hadn't even started to call economy yet. It was kind of hilarious. Well, this hasn't happened in a long time. There's no one sitting in the middle seat. And they've already announced that everybody's on board. And everybody else standing at the entrance is staff. Lucky me. And the guy in the window. The weirdest thing on this flight, besides the food not getting loaded for premium economy, was that except for the exit row, none of the economy seats reclined. Which, when you've had very little sleep, is a little bit annoying. I'm not going to complain about him. He was a very quiet row companion, but the poor man was very tall. Thank goodness there was no one between us because he couldn't get comfortable. He was trying to sleep. He didn't get up out of his seat except for one time on this 4.5-hour flight, and he never closed the window shade despite the fact that he was trying to sleep. I wasn't going to reach over and close it because I feel like the window person controls the window shade. So it's fine. It wasn't a big deal. The flight was smooth, so I'm not complaining. It was just kind of odd. Flight number 1 done. And I actually slept. And despite us leaving about 15 minutes late, we're here even early, actually, technically. So, not bad. Now we get to do the great terminal connection here at Heathrow. You know, my absolute favorite thing. This is part of the reason that people don't like to make the change, I think, in Heathrow. But at this point, I've gotten pretty used to it. I've done it so many times that it doesn't bother me anymore. Oh, it is cold out here. I can see my breath. We're now at the dreaded security point. Heathrow is probably the worst place to go through security. So, and they've reinforced the 100 ml rule in a clear bag. So, and they're very strict about it. So here we go. Can't film in there though. Both of my bags got pulled at the security, but both times they said it was a mistake. But I swear I was there for like 30 minutes. They were pulling almost everyone's bag. Everybody had liquid in their bags. Like, it's crazy. The good thing is you don't have to pull out your laptop or your tablet. It was just the liquids. I'll take that. I'll take that over pulling everything else out any day. And this is why I always say you have to allow yourself plenty of time, because we've now landed an hour and 10 minutes ago. I guarantee you my gate hasn't even been put on the board, because I don't board for another till 1 o'clock. So it's like 11, almost 11:15. So I'm gonna go to Pret a Manger and get lunch because I'm starving. As always, it's super crowded in here. I expect nothing less. This is my tradition. Chicken avocado sandwich, cheddar and onion chips, and a chocolate mousse. Now, sometimes I get a coffee, but I think I'm gonna skip that for now. Really great sandwich and mousse, as always. They have announced my gate now, so I'm gonna make my way there. I forgot to tell you guys, when I was waiting for my bags to clear security, all these people are like, oh my gosh, that's a huge flag. And I turned to see what they were looking at, and these people had 2 giant bottles of whiskey that were definitely not liquid size, just hanging out in their bags. And then another person did, but they were able to prove that they had bought it in customs, or duty free, sorry, like in another airport. So they gave them a plastic bag, but I think the first 2, they took them away. In all of my years of traveling, I have never seen that happen. Have big giant bottles of liquor in your carry-on. Crazy. The American Airlines app has shown that my gate is at 22, but when I just checked the board, there is no gate. So I may be walking down here for no reason. I don't think so. Usually the app is correct. I've done this before. So gate 22 is all the way at the end of this corridor. It's funny because when you leave the duty free and the food areas in Heathrow, it suddenly becomes this very depressing airport. Every single section of every terminal, well, except for Terminal 5, it's super depressing. This is just boring and horrible to look at. Except you do get to see the planes. Another weird experience. This gate has no waiting area and they're already boarding. So I will see you on the plane. Okay, I was wrong. Because we're going to the US, there's a secure boarding area, so they check you in and then you sit and wait. So I can at least enjoy my coffee for a little bit. So I am in premium economy, because economy is just, I can't do it. If you're new to my channel, you'll know that I do this most of the time when I'm flying to the US. So, but this is a really weirdly decorated gate. There's grass, fake, pictures of grass on the floor, and then there's a fake tree behind me, but it's really sad looking. It's just been a really strange experience overall. We have made it, and I think this is a different plane that I'm usually on in premium, because this seat seems actually wider than the other one. So this is the Boeing 787. I think I'm on the other one on the way back. But so far I'm happy. And this big thing was in the seat, and I've never seen this before either. So It's either new or just new to me. It's like the whole kit and caboodle of like pillow, blanket, amenity kit, headphones. So it's nice. I had another weird encounter on this flight. The woman who was sitting in the middle seat when I got to my seat was in the aisle, and she did not realize she didn't have the aisle. She moved. It wasn't an issue, but she seemed really irritated, just in general, not with me, about not being on the aisle, and I felt really bad. As I mentioned, the seat was different and it was wider, and I slept for several hours on this flight, which was greatly needed. And for the last couple of years, I really haven't been able to sleep on planes, so the fact that I was able to sleep on both planes was great. What you're seeing is me not having either one of the two bags that I checked. This day has just gotten weirder and weirder. So when I land, I had this feeling when we boarded the plane, my bags were not on the plane. Because when I checked my air tags, it said it was still in the Terminal 5. But, sometimes the air tags don't update automatically, although they're better now with this new iOS update. And I was like, okay, it's fine. Like, it's probably just delayed, like in the sense that like it didn't update and I'm not seeing it. But the whole flight, I just had this like feeling. And when I landed and my email finally connected, that was the very first email saying, your bag is delayed. And then it said 2 out of 2, which means both of the bags that I checked are delayed. And I checked 2 bags because I always end up bringing 1 bag back. And I thought, I'm like growing a collection of suitcases. So I was like, this is dumb.
Passengers arriving on flight 21 from London, baggage claim number 8, 2625 from Monterrey number 1, 3010 from Honduras number 7.
I mean, the good news is that they let me know right when I landed, and I didn't go stand at the baggage claim, like waiting for them to come out and then them not come out. Immediately went over to the baggage claim counter. They have a super efficient process at American. Like, they give you the code, you scan a thing, you file the claim, and then you can track it via email. So, and she said it should be within 24 hours. And according to the email that I got, they were put on the next flight. So they will be delivered to my house. I don't have to wait here, which is good because I have been up for almost 24 hours now. I did manage to sleep on both flights, not for very long, but it definitely helps when I'm starting to feel it. As you can see, I'm not rushing out of baggage claim because my family had somewhere to be until 7 o'clock. And we didn't know this when I booked my flight. So it is almost 7 now, but it's gonna take them at least 30 minutes to get to me. So I'm not in a rush. And passport control for Americans now, you just stand in front of this camera, and for me it just said verified, and I didn't even talk to the customs agent. He just said thank you, and I walked through. So I don't even know why anybody has global entry anymore because it's so easy. I mean, I waited in line for like literally a minute. Hey guys, so it's a few days later. I was gonna try to update you guys in real time about the whole baggage being delayed, but I ended up getting much more sick. I felt okay when I got here, and then Thursday I was fine, just really jet lagged. Friday, most of the day I was fine, and then Friday night I just got worse. I'm still not sure if it's my allergies or if it's an actual cold. Apparently, we're having a severe cedar outbreak here in Texas, which happens a lot, and they're calling it cedar fever. So Saturday, Sunday, I felt terrible, and I pretty much was in bed, which is a shame because I was going to kind of document my like getting over my jet lag process for you guys, but that just wasn't possible. And since I was sick, I was just sleeping like all the time, which isn't really conducive to getting over jet lag, but it is conducive to helping you feel better. But I'm sleeping fine. Usually when I come this direction, it's not so bad. So, okay, baggage update. As you can see, they did make it. So on Thursday, after my flight, I got notifications from American Airlines saying that they had found my bags. And then I got another notification when they arrived in DFW. They were not on the same flight though, which I thought was slightly odd. And so one of them had said that they would be delivered Thursday night, but at 9 p.m., nothing had shown up, and it was supposed to be this one. And I only knew it was that one because of the AirTag tracker, because I do have AirTags in both my bags, thank goodness. But it was just sitting at like the luggage warehouse, like distribution center. I was like, okay, there's no way it's making here tonight, and I'm going to bed because I'm super tired. And then Friday morning, I was looking on the AirTag tracker and could see that they were moving. So I went and checked American Airlines system, and they said that they would be delivered by 7:15 in the morning, which is fine because I was awake at 6:30 because of jet lag. So they were delivered at 7:15. I could see they were on my street before he even got to the door because I happened to check the AirTags. I will say that while it was frustrating to not have my bag, at least I was at my family's house, so like I was able to borrow pajamas from my mom, and I had the basic necessities for like a day and a half to get through it. It wasn't like I was going on vacation, where like not having my bag would have been a bigger deal, and I always keep all my medication with me. So, and also American Airlines was really good about keeping me informed, unlike 2 years ago when it was British Airways and I just knew nothing. But I also didn't have AirTags then, so it made it a little bit more frustrating. But American knew where my bag was pretty much the entire time. So I wasn't too stressed about it. It was just more of a minor annoyance. I will see you guys either in the next video or in the new year. So thanks for watching.